Hey everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for August 2019. Hello, happy birthday to those of you who have a birthday this month. And hello to all of you cross watchers as well, those of you watching for another person who has Leo placements. Welcome. I just want to thank all of you who have been supporting this video or supporting this channel by hitting subscribe and liking these videos and commenting and just sharing with your friends and family. It's been absolutely amazing to be a part of this journey. This channel has really taken off in the last few weeks, so thank you all for your support. I actually have a giveaway going on right now for those of you who aren't aware. That is on my Instagram, which is linked down below. The winner will receive a choice of a free distance Reiki session and a free reading. So if you want to enter that, definitely check out my Instagram. I started that giveaway because we had 10,000 subscribers, and since we've almost hit 16,000, so quite a big jump in just a matter of a week, really. So that's amazing to me. So thank you all for supporting the channel. I am really excited to do your reading because obviously it's your month, Leo. There's a lot of stuff moving through your sign. I'm particularly excited about the aspect that is happening with the sun in your sign in Leo that is going to be trining with Jupiter in Sagittarius. I want to say that's the 14th. I could be wrong there. I actually have an astrological forecast with all of the dates for the aspects and transit, so if you're interested in having a better idea of all of that information, I would definitely check out the blog post. It's much more comprehensive and thorough, but by no means exhaustive. I think it's just a nice supplement to these readings that can kind of help you figure out what might be happening when. But yeah, I really do feel like this is going to be a really big month for you guys. I'm curious to see what happens for you. We have two new moons. We have a new moon in Leo happening on the 1st in your sign, so new beginnings there for you. And we do also have a new moon in Virgo on August 30th. So I really feel like August is going to be a month of new beginnings, but especially for you, since this is your solar return, your reset. It's a start of a new cycle for you. So I think it's going to be very interesting for you specifically, Leo, especially after all of the shaking up that's been happening with Cancer, last month in July. And I know those eclipses can be really hard hitting, those eclipses in Cancer, that's in your 12th house. As a Virgo, I was actually getting the eclipses in your sign, Leo, in my 12th house. And each time that happened to me, it felt like just parts of my life were falling apart, but it all brought me here. So whatever falls away, it is bringing you somewhere better, but it's not always easy. So I am curious to see what's coming up. I'm not really sure what else. Again, I would definitely check the blog if you're more interested in kind of the astrological stuff. I might reference it as it comes up in the reading we have going on. But I think I'm actually just going to begin. Before we actually do that though, I am just going to disclaim, like I always do, these are general readings, meaning not all of the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically. It is up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what is applicable to your own life and what should be left behind for someone else. And of course, some of these messages may come in the reverse as well. So another person might be your own energy, or vice versa. Your energy might actually be someone that's energy around you. This reading might not even be so much for you at all. It could be for someone else in your life. And I think that's pretty much everything. I'm going to start off by connecting, and then we'll start shuffling the cards for you guys. And I always invite you guys to connect with me to ask the universe for guidance and for messages, whatever advice it has for you at this time. All right, let's see. We're going to take a look at the energy coming into August for you guys. So this could be stuff that was happening in July or perhaps even further back. But this energy is coming into play for you in August. So it's going to be relevant to you in some way. What are the messages for Leo coming into August? What are the messages for Leo coming into August? Oops, that's too many. Interesting. I feel like it's been a very mental time for you, Leo. Yeah, I definitely feel like you've been kind of stuck in your head. We have the Seven of Cups here, the Sun of Swords, or the Knight of Swords in traditional tarot, and the Nine of Swords. Some of you might have been dealing with an air sign. Could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Especially Gemini, but it could also be a third decan Taurus or someone born in the last 10 days of Taurus with this Sun of Swords here. This feels like someone you might be kind of romantic with or someone who's very near and dear to your heart. It seems like this person has been the source of a lot of anxiety and worry, though, or perhaps even a lot of daydreaming, perhaps some, I don't want to say delusional thinking, but kind of fantastical thinking. I do feel like, though, with what's on the table, I'm almost getting the sense that there's a lot of options or a lot of choices or a lot of things that you've been thinking about. And it's like, I feel like with this retrograde, something was kind of turned on its head here. Interesting. And with this Nine of Swords, it feels like, again, someone's being they're being very stuck in their head. A lot of fears, a lot of anxieties. And it's like you don't even know what's real anymore. You don't know what's something you're just worried about or what is just like, it's like you're so anxious, you're looking for more and more things to be anxious about, and you don't even know what's real, like what's a legitimate thing to be anxious about, because it's just this pervasive anxiety. And I feel like emotionally you're kind of all over the place. You might be going back and forth on something. You're not really sure how you feel about something. That's kind of the Sun of Swords energy. This could also be dealing with this could be a person you are dealing with. But I actually almost get the sense that this is you, Leo. You're not really sure how you feel. You're not sure what you think about all of this. Interesting stuff. I'm curious to see what the animal card here is. I do apologize. I am just going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb here. Sorry about that. We actually have your card, Lion. I feel like it's almost like you're dealing with so much. You're not really talking to people about it. People don't know how to read you. In a way, you almost come off very strong to people. It's like most people wouldn't understand what it is you're dealing with. And maybe that's why you think, like, is this even real? No one else seems to be noticing. No one else seems to be affected by this. Maybe this is all in my own head. And I'm feeling like it's really important for you to figure out who you can open up with. Kind of the people who are closest to you. You might need this sort of friend. Someone who's almost like a mentor for you. I feel like whatever this anxiety or these worries that have been coming up have been, it's all about you mastering yourself, having some sort of mastery over your emotions. And that doesn't mean you don't feel them. That doesn't mean that you've transcended your emotions. I think it means you've learned to have this sense of peace about you. You know, you have a lot of strength, but there's also kind of this reflectiveness to you, this quiet, this meditation or meditative quality to you. And I think meditation is actually very important as well. With lion, I think of this lion perched on a rock in the sun. It kind of feels like you've been looking out on your life, taking stock of things, which makes a lot of sense leading up to your solar return. That's usually, that's kind of the normal course there, with everything moving through your 12th house, with everything moving through Cancer. I do feel like there's a lot of reflection that was happening for you, and it seems like it was very internal last month. July was definitely a very, I almost want to say like hermit month. You might have been doing a lot, but there was definitely a lot going on for you that a lot of people didn't see. Interesting. What are the messages for Leo coming into August? What are the messages for Leo for the first half of August? Yeah, I was saying, you know, it feels like hermit energy, and the hermit card comes up. That actually came out with the Five of Cups. You're dwelling. I think a lot of you. I also have the Mother of Cups here. And the Emperor. So there's a lot of different energy here. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, especially Cancer, but it could also be a late Gemini, which we actually do have with the Son of Swords in the past. You might be dealing with a Gemini-Cancer cusp. The Emperor, this is kind of Aries or even could be Scorpio energy, but definitely Aries energy. And then the Hermit, Virgo. It feels like you're definitely very psychically strong, Leo. And that could be because of all the energy that was moving through your 12th house, like we were talking about. Whenever we have an eclipse in the 12th house, there's a lot of spiritual stuff, a lot of spiritual shedding that can occur. And I feel like you're almost coming across like this Mother of Cups. You're very intuitive, very almost psychic right now. But there's actually kind of this tendency for you to play victim, and I'm seeing that with the Five of Cups especially. You're really thinking a lot about something, really dwelling about something, or stuck in the past here. Ruminating is a good word for it. And I see that you're still kind of withdrawn here. It's almost like you know that this clarity, you need to find clarity within. You know that this light is something within you. But you feel very lonely and isolated. Although, you know, with this Emperor here, you really are standing in your own power. But that doesn't mean you don't feel this loss. You don't feel this loneliness. Which is hard for Leo. I am noticing the eclipse here as well. You're definitely still feeling this. Interesting. I almost feel like someone might be holding back from you in communication. Like, you can kind of just feel like they're not saying everything. But instead of being wrapped up in that, instead of waiting for this person to speak their truth or open up, you're kind of just standing in your power here. Or it could be the reverse. If you're dealing with an Aries, you might be kind of holding back from them because of some past disappointments that you haven't moved on from. Lizard. Yeah, again, very observer energy, kind of watching things from the wall. Lizard is a very sensitive energy. You know, again, very psychic. You are very psychic right now, Leo. And I think it's actually kind of a good thing that you are not overwhelming yourself. I feel like it's really important for you to connect with nature in this first half of August. You know, if you live in a city or a town, it might be good to like leave, reconnect, even get your feet in the grass a little bit, ground yourself. Especially with all of this mental stuff, you've definitely not been grounded. You've been very flighty. And I almost feel like someone might be gaslighting you or like emotionally manipulating you. Maybe that's why the Seven of Cups is here, and it's progressed into this Mother of Cups. There may be a water sign or someone very nurturing or intuitive themselves who's kind of using this against you. Like, they know how to read you, they know just the right thing to say. It's almost cunning. Almost a little cold-blooded here, a little reptilian. But I don't think that's what this lizard's really about. I feel like this is you needing to withdraw and actually create. Get creative. I actually want to say writing for you guys, with the Hermit here especially as things are moving into Virgo. It's actually a nice time to start writing. That's going to be more the second half of August, not so much the first half. But I actually feel like writing is really important for at least some of you. Interesting. Okay. What are the messages for Leo in the second half of August and beyond? This could go out to September or even further. This is just where the energy is headed right now. This is the current trajectory you're on. Whoops. What are the messages for Leo? Very interesting. This feels better. Just want one more. Nope. Got the Tower. But it's almost... Okay, so we have the Three of Wands. Came out with the Three of Swords. I don't normally read reversals, but this card did actually come out in reverse, and I'm almost getting the sense that this is you... It's like you were tangled up in something, tied up in something, and it was preventing something from coming in, something from coming through, perhaps some sort of emotional, or emotions, reciprocation, message, communication with somebody. You might have been holding on to someone from the past, and it prevented someone new from coming in. We do have this Nine of Cups, which is interesting because it's like there is a wish kind of coming true here. There's a lot of personal happiness. Again, you know, I've really just been getting the sense this whole reading that this time is really about you making yourself happy. And it feels like whatever sort of situation you might be dealing with, that's actually one of the best approaches you can take. Even if that seems selfish, even if that makes you seem a little aloof or standoffish, I actually think it's best for you to just focus on your happiness because you'll overflow. But with this tower here, this is kind of showing up in the communication part here. There might be someone from the past coming in and they blow something down. I gotta be honest, that is something I'm wondering, especially, could be Aries energy. I was seeing Scorpio with Emperor, and this is very Mars energy, so it could be Aries or Scorpio. So I think that is something you're dealing with, someone who might have some pretty heavy placements in both of these things. They're kind of coming here, and it's like, it's starting this wildfire. It seems really destructive, right? But it's part of this life cycle. It's part of what's coming next. It's like almost this pre-star energy. That's actually kind of an energy I'm getting from this Nine of Cups. When I saw it, it almost felt like the star. And the star is the card that comes after the tower. It's finding hope again. It's finding faith. And it's like, whatever it is that's happening to you, I almost feel like you know where your happiness really is. And whoever or whatever you're finding out is kind of blowing up. It's like you've already dealt with the heartache. I don't feel like this is so much a surprise. Again, this could also be a card of spiritual downloads, though, too. Because I am seeing, with the Hermit card, you're anxious about something. And I feel like your life is changing for the better. But there is a lot of loss. There's a lot of stripping away. I'm honestly not surprised to see the tower for you guys. I was talking about those 12, the eclipse in your 12th house. It can take a while for that to manifest, especially since we had a bunch of retrogrades happening. I feel like you've already been feeling it, though. You've been anxious about something, and if anything, I have to say there is something to that anxiety. It's not helpful for you to dwell in it. It's not helpful for you to stew in it, but I feel like your anxiety, there is something, you're going to realize that this was justified. There was something that was making you feel this way. It wasn't just in your head. You are picking up on energy pretty strongly, Leo. I'm going to pull one more animal card for you just to kind of clarify here. It's too many. They actually want me to clarify the tower. What is this tower? Going back to the other deck really quickly. What is the tower? That was a jumper. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you're holding on to something. You're really trying to hold on, and it's like, you're losing it. You're starting to get hints of that. You already were. And there's kind of this holding on to something. Something that was once stable. Sorry, I know this is a heavy message, but I'm not one to mince the message. I'm not one to just give positive messages all the time when I really do feel like there's something important here for you to learn. And you are being supported. It might not feel like it with this tower kind of shaking up your foundations in a really big way. Some of you might even be moving. There might be some financial loss, but you're headed into more stability here with the horse. This is the Master Earth card. It's the last card in the Earth suit for this deck. You're definitely being supported by the universe. And it's kind of a test of your endurance. How far can you go? How far will you go? I gotta be honest, I feel like your limits are kind of being tested. And I'm feeling like you're supposed to be doing something creative, and that's actually going to be helping support you. Regardless of whether you actually make money from it or not, somehow it's just going to help you move this energy. But I actually do feel like some of you, there's some sort of creative project that you've not been engaging with, or some sort of outlet that you haven't been doing. It's really important that you do that. It's actually going to help bring stability into your life. I'm not getting any more messages for you at this time, Leo. I do hope that this was helpful. Definitely let me know in the comments what's been going on for you. It seems like there's been quite a bit of anxiety for a while. You've sensed something coming. I do feel like it is coming, so beware. If you want a personal reading or even Reiki to kind of move through this energy, again, I have the links down below. I do also have that giveaway on my Instagram that'll probably be there until later this weekend or Monday. It'll kind of just depend. I want to make sure everyone gets a chance. I've been pumping out the personal readings as quickly as I can, but I also have to do these generals, so also thanks to all of you who have been very patient. But I do want to give everyone a chance to enter that giveaway, so you should have a few more days if you're interested in that. Yeah, that's all I have for you. Best of luck, my friend. If I don't see you in a personal reading, I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.